Craig, where's the belt?
Yeah. I've got to get the belt. I should have brought the belt. I believe I could beat everyone in the light heavyweight division. I believe that I'm the best in the division.
We looked at your record, obviously, in advance of who you fought, and you've got a good resume.
I'm KD.
And I'm Sham, and together we are Boxing and Bantz.
In front of us, we have Craig Richards, aka the Spider, who is the new British light heavyweight champ. Welcome. Welcome. We're happy to
welcome you, Craig.
No, but wait, hold on. Craig, where's the belt?
Yeah. I've got to get the belt. I should have brought the belt.
Should have brought the belt.
Craig, what's happening?
I'm slacking. I should have had it. I usually got the belt ready. I've been sleeping with it and that. The one day you caught me off guard.
Next time.
Send us a picture of you with the belt. We'll drop it in.
Come on, you got to do that.
We will. So, Craig, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about your first introduction into boxing. How did you get into it and when?
I first started boxing when I was younger. I was 14. My cousin, sorry, not my little cousin, my cousin is the same age as me. He was going boxing. So I used to do everything with him. His mum asked me if I wanted to come with him. So I just followed him down there. Then he stopped going. I carried on for a while. Then I left boxing, was out and about. Then my other cousin boxed in Peckham in the Lim. He told me to come down for sparring one day. So I went down there and the coach was basically just gassing me up, telling me, I'm telling you, you carry on, you'll be a champion, my man. But then I just carried on going for his sake. Then when he left, I left as well. And so I stopped boxing for about 3 years or so. And then I bumped into him on the road one day. He was like, I've opened up my own club now, come down. So I was going college. I finished doing all my A-levels and that. Then I was going to go uni. Some madness happened. I was boxing at his club just for a pastime. Started winning things, etc. Then 3 years, just 3 years in the amateur game, got signed, Peter Sims, and into matchroom boxing. So then 5 years on, we're here.
Let's just go back to your fight in December with Shakan Pitters. What a level, firstly.
Jeez.
It was crazy. Mate, but just watching it back, I felt as though the commentary was saying otherwise onto your performance. Yeah. There were certain shots that you was hitting clean and they were saying something totally different.
100%.
What was your thoughts on watching the fight back? And did you watch the fight? Sorry.
Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it ASAP as soon as I got back. Me and my manager, we watched it. Me and Peter Sims. We just started laughing. We listened to the commentary, we just looked at each other. Someone said Twitter's going mad about the commentary being biased. So I was like, what do you mean? Was they mad? They're saying that everyone on Twitter saying the commentary was biased. So I then turned around to the production team. I said, I heard you that was giving me a hard time with the commentary. I don't know what, but I've just heard it was biased. It was like, no, we was bigging you up in that. We was bigging you up. I was like, okay, cool. But I just left it as that. Obviously, I weren't really that into it. I was just in my thing.
Yeah.
Left. When I got back and then I listened to the commentary, I was like, oh, this is what everyone's talking about. It was crazy. It was like, I dropped him and it was like, Richards needs to start doing something different here. It's like, I catch him with 4 jabs in a row. It's like, brilliant, jabs by Shakan. I'm like, they got our names mixed up. It was like mad. Like, I felt like I was dominating the fight quite convincingly easy. I was outboxing the taller, rangier boxer comfortably. They weren't giving me credit for that. I was blocking his shots. They weren't giving me credit. Even certain times when I'm shouldering off his shots, they're saying, brilliant right hand by Shakan Pitt. I'm like, what? I shouldered that. But it was mad.
I guess it is what it is. You got the win anyway, and congrats again.
Thank you. But I wasn't deluded because I knew I was going to his area. Mm-hmm. I was boxing on his show. So I knew that obviously they've started this Channel 5 company up, doing boxing again, launched it again last year. So he was the poster boy to start the channel back up. So he's the only champion they had, etc. So he's meant to kind of help them boost the company. So of course you can't get your golden boy taken out by any means. So I knew I was gonna have to knock him out.
Of course.
As you did. And you mentioned there about, him being a sort of taller, rangier boxer. Did his height, because there was a little bit of a height difference there, did his height, did that cause you any difficulty at any point, you think, or?
No, because I prepared for it, innit? Like, it's not like amateur boxing where you just turn up on the night, you're staring at him, but then you find out he's in the ring with you, you don't have a clue. Like, professional, that's the guy. I know, I've seen him and I know Shakan, so I noticed he was taller than 6'6" anyway. I knew he was 6'7". I knew what I had to deal with. So I just brought in the correct sparring for it, prepared properly for it, and yeah. So I knew what I had at task.
And how did you adjust to being like there being no crowd?
To be fair, I thought I'd be all right because I remember one time I had to go over on the last minute to fight in Belfast on Eddie's show. Obviously, it was last minute on the week. He was like, "Are you fight fit? Do you want to fight in Belfast?" I was like, "Cool." I boxed on the show early, so there wasn't no crowd. None of my people for the first time didn't come out. So it was kind of like behind closed doors, basically. And I remember I could hear my trainer clear as day. I could hear Eddie clear as day. I could hear both of them clear. And I remember just listening to instructions and stopping the guy. Then also when I spar, there's no one there really, innit? So, and I usually spar better than I even fight. So I think sometimes like I'm one of them fighters that if nothing's engaging in the fight and I know it's just too quiet, too airy, the crowd's quiet, I might even be willing to take a shot to start engaging, to get, you know what I'm saying? I like to be in them sort of entertaining fights. So sometimes I could so-called play into the crowd a little bit because I don't want to be in boring fights. It's entertainment business. I want it to be engaging. So there's that pressure with the crowd to make sure it's constant engagement because for me, if the crowd's quiet, they're not happy. So with this, there's no crowd. So I'm not having to listen to the crowd to gauge if nothing's going on or not. So I just literally got to work like I'm in the gym. I just boxed, reverted back to my boxing and done that and just, yeah.
Let's skip back to 2017. You had your first and hopefully only defeat against Frank Buglioni. And obviously you took that fight as a stand-in 7 days after a previous fight that you had.
The Belfast one I was just talking about.
Yes. And how much do you think, sort of taking it at that short notice played a part possibly in the fact that you didn't win that?
Oh, it played every part in it. Obviously, I knew Buglioni quite well. I helped him prepare for his last 2 British title fights. So I knew like where I was at, but I felt like obviously I was the better boxer, but I knew the balance was he's at a 12-week camp prepared to fight Callum Johnson. Yeah. I'm in Ireland. We're in a bar at 2 o'clock in the morning. Eddie's like, Callum Johnson's ended up in hospital, big box office show. Boom. What you saying? Like next week, I've never done a 12-rounder. It's the weight above what I'm used to fighting. I was at super middleweight then. So it was at light heavyweight, British title against a guy, I think he had about 23 fights, 15 knockouts at the time. I would just come in as 10-0 at the time. Yeah. So experience-wise, no camp, never done a 12-rounder before. I wasn't even sparring 12 rounds at the time. I knew it was a big ask. Yeah. But I'm one of the people I like fighting, innit? So I'm just like, boy, if the opportunity is there, let's go. So I was like, let's get it cracking. I said, boy, if I'm going to take that, I better go to bed. It's 2 a.m. You're talking about a fight next week. I'm heading out this bar. Went and slept Sunday. We confirmed everything. I flew back from Ireland Sunday night. I trained Monday and Tuesday, 2 4-round spars, and had to go to Cardiff for a public workout Wednesday, presser Thursday, weigh-in Friday, and fight Saturday. So I trained 2 days for my first 12-rounder against someone the weight above. So I knew it was a little bit of a big ask, but I learned a lot. I didn't get hurt. I never got stopped, never got knocked out, nothing, come up short on points. And I learned a lot because I never took it in the terms of, I never looked at it and said, you took it on 5 days notice, don't worry, just move on. I said to myself, what could you have done better?
That fight was on a massive platform, AJ vs. Takam. It like fighting on that level of show.
Yeah, do you know what? Because I kind of knew I was an underdog and everything, I didn't really have the pressure on me. So it was like, I kind of embraced the week. I remember the public workout, obviously being on the AJ card, it was free, but it was tickets and the whole place was sold out. I remember coming out like embraced that. Like just embracing every part of it. The weigh-in was like the same thing, tickets packed, like, and then like I was like, whoa, like I'm standing there on the scale, just seeing bare little cameras and stuff. I was like, this is mad. And then obviously fight night, I was in the change room. I remember I was in the change room and I was like, I remember I was sitting down, just burning time. My manager said, my trainer said to me, come, let's go for a walk. I was like, oh, do we have to? He's like, trust me, you're going to need to see the arena. Otherwise it'd be overwhelming when you walk out. So we walked out and I was like, whoa, like I'm talking like the floor seats was usually where the back of the O2 is, just the floor seats. And then I could see in the distance, it's starting to go up on a little, I'm like, I can't even see the end of this. I'm like, this is a madness.
And he was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Only thing that was coming to my head is just, it was playing in the back of my head, you've not trained for this. When are you going to get tired? Are you going to get tired? You've never done 12. Oh shit, turn down the pace a bit. You're going to get tired. That's all I was thinking. And I remember his last fight when he knocked out Jose Burton, he knocked him out in the 11th or 12th. So I thought, this guy can punch till the end. Like, so all of that was playing in my head. All the stuff of not training. That's all it was really.
Obviously, you know, the light heavyweight division now is, you know, it's really heating up, especially in the UK. You know, lots of competition, lots of interesting boxers in that weight class. So, is there anyone in particular that you kind of, you know, got your eye on and, you know, fancy that you can beat? You want to take on?
I believe I can beat everyone in the light heavyweight division. I believe that I'm the best in the division. I truly believe that. But I don't focus on no one. But when you look at the CVs of every light heavyweight, and I know you girls are boxing, you lot watch a lot of boxing, you're into it, you're supporters of it, fans of it. So you do your studies. Can you lot name me one fighter in the light heavyweight division with a better CV than me?
It's a stiff one. It's a stiff one, Craig. You know, we looked at your record, obviously in advance of who you fought, and you've got a good resume.
Can you name one person with a resume like that in my division? Just name me one.
You can't come up on the spot like that. You can't do that, Craig.
No, but listen, who has beat at least 4 top 10s in the UK? In the UK, 4 top 10s. I beat a guy 14-0, unbeaten. English champion, British champion, ultimate box winner. Beat a guy 12-0 champion. I beat a 10-0 guy who just beat a British title challenger and the former, I think, what else did he? Won something else. He beat him as well, 10-0. Yeah, I beat a guy 12-1 who's beaten unbeaten kids, English champions, fought a British title challengers. No one's done that. 14-0, 12-0, 10-0, 12-1. There's no one with that CV. You can't name me one person.
I can't, to be fair.
And that's why I can, in my heart, say that I believe that I can beat anyone because no one else has been in the fire like I have, and I've learned through these experiences. I've beat great fighters.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you know what? They say you came into the fight as an underdog, but guess what? Now you're the British light heavyweight champion. you like that ring, don't you?
I love that. It sounds good.
It's got a little ring to it.
Do you
think, Craig, that this will change other boxers' views as you as a contender?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I feel like it's different now. So the only people who's been calling me out is people's careers who are stalemated. They ain't really got much going on for themselves. They're half thinking to pack it in at the point they're at now. So they would only want to roll the dice where they can think, look, if I can beat him, I can win a British. If not, I might as well knock it on the head. So these guys are willing to roll the dice. So when I'm looking at the names who's calling me out, they're not really in a position really of note. And I feel like the top contenders now, I think they're going to understand that I'm a big risk and the reward ain't going to be as great as the risk is. So I think people know I'm a major player now.
Craig, who would you say your toughest opponent has been to date?
Buglioni, I would say that Portuguese champion was serious. Like, he was serious. I was hitting him and he was walking me down. He was serious.
Yeah.
Jake Ball, to be honest, Jake Ball, obviously, exempting Buglioni, Jake Ball, technically, on paper, performance-wise, was a serious operator. I knew how hard a fight that should be because I remember when turning pro with him, bare times we was on the same show, he was the poster boy, my name might have just squeezed in at the bottom on the undercards of him. He was knocking everything out. Even in sparring, there was rumors in the gyms, he was knocking out top opposition. So I knew he was dangerous, and he was former GB boy. He's boxed guys who's world champions now in the amateurs. So technically, he was probably my hardest opponent. I know people always think that that's not the case because of the way I disposed of him, but he generally was a good fighter. I was just really up for the fight, really focused, and I got the job done. But I don't like when you get the job done against good opposition, and because you beat them so convincingly, or I wouldn't say easy, but very convincingly, people discredit them and start saying, well, he must have been rubbish. They don't give you the credit. They just say he must have been rubbish, but he wasn't. He was a really good fighter. Yeah. So for him, Higgins was a hard fight because it was early in my career. As I said, I didn't have a big amateur pedigree. He had a lot bigger amateur pedigree than I did. I only did 6 or 7 fights, completed 1 6-rounder, and he was for a 10-rounder, first fight, 7 fights in, straight in the deep end. So I learned on the job and dug deep to get the win. That was a hard fight as well.
What's next? What's in the pipeline? What can we look forward to? Tell us.
Big fights. I feel like we're sitting down. There's some good options I've seen so far. We're trying to make happen. I just got to wait. God willing, we can, move forward. But I'm already starting to train to make sure when I get the phone call, I'm ready. But look out, there should hopefully be some good news. Hopefully some good news.
No worries. We'll be posting that straight on our Instagram.
Hey, I love that. I like you lot's channel as well.
Good. I'm delighted. You follow us though.
I do follow you, innit?
Okay. Just checking.
I do follow you because I've seen your stuff, so I must follow you.
Okay. So just quickly before we wrap this up, who named you Spider?
Peter Sims.
Okay.
So I hated the name at first, if I'm honest. I was like, I'm not having that name. I hate it. But it just grew on me after a while, the way I was hitting people from every angle. They started telling their coach they felt like they was getting rushed. It didn't feel like there's one guy in there. I'm getting hit from everywhere. It was like, yeah, that's why it's called Spider. It's not like he's got more than 2 arms. And that's where it went from there.
Okay. Interesting. Well, at least you know now. But Craig, listen, it's been a pleasure. You're dope.
Oh, you lot dope as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Listen, best of luck for your future fights. Tell the people where they can find you on social media, and also just shout out your sponsors.
Find me on Instagram _ Craig Richards. I think underscore again, but I think it's _ Craig Richards. You should find me. Twitter, I think I'm Craig L. Richards on Twitter. Other social platforms don't really need, but them two, you can catch me on them. Shout out my sponsors, Lewis Access, serious sponsor. The meal team, you'll probably see me post them all the time. My food, Capital Waste, Sean the Print Town's been riding from the start. Elite Fleet Car, 4-way Elite out in America. Shout out my guy Trey. I don't want to forget anyone because that'd be bad. Mia. They are one of my newest sponsors, but great on board, good relationship, helped me get through camps as well. And the shout out Everlast and the rest of them, you lot are great help. We love it. We working.
Amazing.
Shout out all my support as well, because without you support, I won't be able to do it. So I really appreciate you guys, all my friends, all my family, all the people who've been supporting the journey. Keep riding, Team Richards, Spider Gang. Let's go. And shout out you guys as well for giving me exposure. Anyone else? No, I'm joking. I'll leave it there.
I just want to thank God.
I want to thank God for this interview as well.
It'll be all night.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No,
I get bored.
Craig, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget, we are Katie and Sham at Boxing and Bantz, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Cheers. We working.